All right. So yesterday, this is how out of touch I am with living in Florida now. Because even when I got off the plane, I'm like, dang, it is humid. And you would have thought I never lived in the state the way I was reacting, how humid it was. So that's one. And then, so yesterday, my sister's like, because my mom, that was a whole kabacle. So for people that don't know, my mom had knee replacement surgery. So we took her to the surgery center. They said 3 hours. No, they said an hour. The surgery's supposed to be an hour and a half. That's what the doctor told her. Called them because we were trying to figure out this whole walker situation. Finally rented one because the insurance company didn't send it. Whatever. I called them. They said, "Oh, it's going to be 3 hours." I'm like, 3 hours? That's a long time. Because, like, by that point, we had already put her in there. That's why we were panicking because, like, it would have been an hour at that point. So, how would it turn to 3 hours? But I was like, whatever. Came back home, called them again around 3 o'clock, didn't hear from them because I'm like, okay, it's been 3 hours. What's going on? They're like, oh yeah, come, everything went well, post-op, she's in post-op right now, just give her like another hour and they'll call you. Okay, cool. They call my dad because apparently they've been calling us around like 4 o'clock, and I'm like, I didn't get a phone call. They've been calling her phone. We have her phone. So then Chelsea's like, maybe we should go because it looks like it's about to rain. And I'm like, okay. So we get up to go because they said come get her by 4:30. So it was like 4:10, and the surgery place is like 5 minutes down the street. So it's not like a
Okay,
huge
so it
deal.
wasn't like you had to go like super far.
Not at all. It's like hop, skipping away. Get there. As soon as we get there, park the car. We go in and the lady's like, okay, the guy's like, oh, you can just, no, actually we go in, park the car in the front because I'm thinking they're gonna bring her out immediately. That's how they was
Hmm.
talking. Like, she needs to go tomorrow. Like, they kicking her out.
Right, y'all got to carry her ass out of here right now.
he's, yeah, he's like, okay, come in. You could go park the car if you want to. And I'm like, I should have never listened to this man. So I go park this car, come back inside, and then they bring her out. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get the car. I look outside. It is, when I tell you, it is a full on hurricane. I said,
Friend.
and the
And
car is
when was the
down the
last time
ways.
it rained in California? Right. So you was looking out the year like you was about to drown.
Yeah, because I think the last time it rained had to be 2 months ago. And no, that's a lie. It actually rained 2 weeks ago. But our type of rain is beautiful. You can walk in the rain.
Right, because it's not a torrential downpour.
It's not
Like,
like when I moved to California, when people were freaking out, especially in LA, they were freaking out about the rain. I was like, y'all not going nowhere because of the rain? Like, this is crazy. But now I get it because they don't have like reflective paint on the streets, like to mark the
okay,
roads.
okay,
Like at night it's bad. Like
right.
I have fully morphed into, I guess, a Californian because I'm like, I don't go nowhere if it's raining. Because I
Not you
have
don't go
died
nowhere if
too
it's
many
raining,
times
friend.
because
Friend,
these people
you
don't
have
know how
to
to drive.
you can go outside in the rain, friend.
I can go outside, but it feels like you're melting. And you gotta
Not
savor
like you're
these moments
melting. Not
because,
like you're melting, friend.
no, legit. One time it we heard thunder and I was like, is that thunder? Because that's how much there's no thunder, lightning in the state of California. So yeah, I ran outside, got the car. I get in the car and I'm looking at myself like, I have not ran in the rain and got soaking wet in so long. This feels so foreign. And the
But was
lady was
it
looking at,
cathartic? That's
it
that is
was, it was.
that kind of reminds me of like being a kid and you would That like nap in the car after the beach or the pool where your bathing suit was still wet
Yes,
and it like
yes,
is sticking to your body.
yeah, yeah. It's like
Did it
it's
feel
a
like that?
distinct. Yes, it was like a distinct memory of like, wow, I haven't done this in so long. Like it felt like really a summer afternoon going to my grandma's house or coming back here, and you're just like, dang, like the full morning was all sunny and bright, and then now it's an afternoon shower.
Right.
It's crazy. But I was so stunned. I was like, wow, I'm so out of touch. Cause like part of me was like, maybe I should have brought the umbrella. And the lady was looking at me like, so you gonna get this car or what?
Because you just about to have her out in the rain after surgery. Like this, what all is happening, sister? What are we doing, huh?
But yeah, that blew
She was
me.
looking at
So
you like, "Are you new
yeah.
here?"
Are you new here? Do you not live here? No, I don't anymore, but this is a lot. Like even now it's raining and I'm looking at it like, wow, this is just it's rain. I haven't seen rain in so long. It feels weird.
That's
But
hilarious.
yeah, that's so far 2 days in Florida for me. I got
Well,
2 more weeks. 2.5 more weeks.
this is Shelby,
And this is Jess.
and welcome back to the League of Extraordinary Readers. We have church announcements. It's not a lot.
Yeah.
Um, One for the month of June, we will be reading On Witness and Respair by Jasmyn Ward. Um, Jess keeps calling her Jasmine. I think a lot of y'all call her Jasmine.
Yeah, I did.
It's Jasmine. I'm actually very excited. I grabbed a copy while I was in North Carolina visiting my sisters. And it's not a long book.
It
Um,
didn't look like it, yeah.
yeah, no, it's a tiny one, but I think it's gonna bring up a lot of good conversation. So I'm super excited for us to read that. When is your uh audiobook walk?
Oh, it already passed.
Here I am being a bad friend. Okay, well,
No, it was fun. It was fun, y'all. No, it was cool. No, we had fun. It was one of the weeks when we came
it
back.
was
I
the week
think it was
I
a
was gone, wasn't it? It
mm-hmm.
was the week that I was traveling.
So no,
Okay, that's why I
yeah.
missed it.
But
Okay.
I
Do you
do
have
have
anything else coming up?
yeah, so we have I didn't announce the reading retreat on here because I think we were interviewing some
Okay.
whatever. Doesn't matter. Reading retreat in Ghana for folks that didn't see on Instagram. I'm hosting one March of 2027 from the 4th to the 7th. And it will be 8 days, 8 days, 7 nights in Accra. And it'll be a fully immersive cultural, literature, all the things, history type of retreat. If you're into that, we're going to be going to so many different places. The itinerary with the agency that I'm working with, they did an amazing job. They are based in West Africa. They're based in Ghana, actually, to be specific. So everything is localized, all that stuff. So if you want to attend, I highly recommend securing your spot soon. By end of June, I would say would be ideal, but hey, all the information will be in the description box. And then after that, I do have 3 brunches coming up for brunching with the author. This month is T Unique, which is an indie author, sapphic romance, I'm sorry, author from Compton, Watts native. Really great book. I enjoyed it. If you like indie black romance, sapphic fiction, if you're looking for that, this is the author for you to like look into. And she's also part of the book club. So he'll be on Saturday the 27th at Delicious at the Dunbar, which is really great food. So yeah, that's about it for June. And then I have 2 others, which are also on Instagram. I'll post them here. I'll announce it as well. But yeah, that's all the church announcements on my end. I think so. Yeah, that's everything. Do you have anything other coming up or
Not that I can think about.
okay?
Or not that I can think of, I should say. not necessarily a church announcement, but this weekend is
Hmm.
New Jersey's book crawl.
Oh,
So I'm trying to decide, like,
if you're
I
gonna
kind of
go.
want to do some of the bookstores in like Jersey City because a lot of those I've never been to.
Okay.
And there are a few um in like the Essex County area that I haven't visited yet that I might try to go to. But I don't there aren't any books that I really want right now.
Mm.
Um so I don't know. I gotta see. But how was your week, friend?
It was chill. We got to hang out, so
Yeah,
that was fun.
that was a lot of
Um.
fun. We had a really good time together.
Mm-hmm.
It felt
Um.
like I don't know if everybody knows, but it was our first time meeting in person, but it didn't feel that way. It felt like
Just
I
normal
don't
every
know.
day.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
normal, like we do this all the time. It was cool.
Yeah. We have fun. We went to like uh four bookstores. Yeah, four. We went to, for anybody that's local in the Pasadena area, we went to Romans, Octavia's, of course, Dim Boba in Books, Dim Boba in Books. That's the name of the bookstore, and then Open Books, which is like a newer one in the Pasadena Antique Mall. I think that's the area over there somewhere. They do like used books, new books, that type of stuff. So took her and mom around, which was really fun. Everything's pretty much in the same area, so it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I think Romans was my favorite, and
Mhm.
Octavia's is such a vibe. It's
Mhm.
so cool in there. Um, but Romans was like, if I lived in that area, I would be in Romans all the time. Like I could see that being the bookstore that I would go to. Just like,
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. They
like oh, I
have
need
a
something. I'm going to Romans.
yeah, no, it's like really, that was my second time going actually,
Mm,
because I've always heard of Romans, but I've never actually gone, and I didn't notice how close it was to the other bookstores.
okay.
So I was like, oh, this is like a really nice loop. So when you said you were staying in Pasadena, I was like, oh, perfect. Like we could do this one, this one, this one. And it's like all in the same vicinity. I'm kicking myself because I didn't realize, because I wanted to take you to this stationery store in Highland
Mm,
Park, and
okay.
I didn't realize how close it was um to Pasadena in terms of like getting there. I just
Oh,
thought it
okay.
would just be out of the
Like out the
way.
way.
Yeah, so I was like, well, that wouldn't make sense because I got Jody this gift from one of those from the stationery store in Highland Park. So when I left
Mm.
you, I was like, she's been fiending for these memo pads that she loves, and she was like, you need to get one before you come back to Florida. So I was like, okay, since I'm up there, I'll go after I drop you guys off.
Hmm.
And I'm like, if I had known it was so close, I would have just took you guys, because I didn't
Right.
realize, like a 15-minute is like
Hmm.
technically feels like 30 minutes. So I didn't want to take
Right.
you guys out the way
Out the way.
to go back this, you know what I mean?
I
So
totally understand.
so I was like, dang, like you guys would have loved. So another time. It was like there's like two or three in that area, plus
Okay.
two bookstores and like little knickknacks. It's really cute over there. I like it. I know a lot of people are like, these places are mostly white people, or there's not that many black people, but I personally think there's a lot of charm and character to these little places that we should be taking space in,
Right.
personally.
Right.
But that's just
Um,
me.
it was a really good week. I'm kind of sad you didn't get to meet my uncle because he was working
Yeah.
he works in like the voting industry and stuff like that. So it was
Oh
like he
yeah.
wasn't getting home until close to midnight every night leading up to yesterday, which was election day. Um but it was a really good week. I think I needed it
Hmm.
more than I realized. Like, not just physically did I need the time to just relax and decompress, but also mentally. Like, I needed to be around family. Like, I needed to be around y'all,
Hmm.
and just be. Um,
Yeah.
so mom and I stayed with my uncle, which is my mom's brother, um, and his wife. most of the week. And then we went to my mom's best friend's house for the weekend up in Hesperia, which I wish you could have come,
Yeah.
but the traffic was hell. And I know you had
Oh, I
other.
bet.
Let me
Oh,
take
I
that back. It
bet.
wasn't hell for me. I didn't mind it. It didn't bother
Hmm.
me. But I know you probably would have been like, I'm just staying up here because.
Yeah, I was just slept over because like now I'm so used to. I'm so not used to. I'm kind of desensitized to traffic because
Mm,
it's whatever right now.
mm,
But I am not a long distance driver. Is I've
okay.
never been. Never like
Okay.
a drive to Miami. That's an hour. I be getting sleepy.
Really? Okay, see, I'm a distance
Yeah.
driver. Like, I don't, as long as I
Mm-mm.
got music and some snacks, I can drive to the end of the earth and
No
I'll be
man.
all right. I
No.
start to get sleepy around hour like 8.
Oh yeah, I'm out.
That's when I'm starting to get bored and I need to like get out, walk around,
Mm-hmm.
like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. No, I can't. It's because I think I'm just so used to things being so close, especially growing
yeah,
up in Florida.
right.
The next town is 5 minutes away. The next town is like it's boom, boom, boom. And then if we do go to Orlando, that's a long distance drive,
I
three
was just,
hours.
I mean, one, you would have had fun at Aunt Siobhan's
Yeah.
house. I think all the kids being there just added um, like just an extra like spark in the air because they
Mm,
are funny. Okay, so my one cousin, in total, she has 9 kids. She has 2 sets of twins. The older twins are gonna be 10.
mm-hmm,
They're a boy and a girl. So my aunt Siobhan over the summer, altogether, she has 25 grandkids. She usually has at least 20 of them in her house for the summer. So over the weekend, there was a total of 14 of them with us, I believe. Now, my aunt run a tight ship. When it come to breakfast, lunch, dinner, she got a routine. These babies know how. Listen, they know how they granny roll. Okay, they be outside. My aunt has a pool in the back. They have all their bikes. They have their toys. They know where they can go, where they cannot go. They know the parameters. The littles know that they can't get in the pool. Like, because the oldest is 18. She'll be going to college. The littles, the baby girls, they're twins. They're 2,
mm-hmm,
to give you an age range. So the twins, the older group, so that like 13 to 8,
mm-hmm.
that range, they were outside playing basketball because there's a basketball hoop. One of the twins, the boy twin, we'll call him Twin B. Twin B shot the ball, it hit his cousin in the face. So my aunt is like, tell Granny what happened. So me, my mother, and my aunt are standing there. Him and his sister. He like, Granny, I saw it. I shot the ball and the hoop moved 50 degrees and it hit Bubba in the face. I said,
50
excuse me?
degrees.
Excuse me, sir? His sister said, Titi, I saw it. I was there. It moved. I said, can we all demonstrate? She did her arms like this and they demonstrated for me. She was like, it did like this, Auntie. And that's how the ball hit Bubba in the face. Everybody get away from me. Get out of my face now. They are hilarious. So you would have had a time, but they are
Yeah.
literally smack dab in the middle of one, the desert, two, the mountains.
You said you went to Victorville, right?
Hesperia. So not far from Victorville.
Okay.
Um, Smack dab in the middle of the mountains, friend. Like you
Mm-hmm.
would have wanted to take your camera out and just take pictures of everything. Like it was
I bet.
absolutely beautiful up there. Um, and oddly enough, the weather was a lot warmer than it was
Okay.
in LA. Like it was a lot
Yeah.
nicer. Like the kids
Yeah.
were in the pool like every day. Um, but it's beautiful up there. Like
Was it cold at night or not really?
a little breezy, but
Okay.
compared to it was almost 90 degrees every day. So by the time it cooled down at night, it was a reprieve, you know. You was
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to it, but it
Yeah.
was beautiful. But the kids, they
Good.
also have been recently introduced to Michael Jackson. So every morning I was waking up being serenaded to them singing whatever the Michael Jackson song of the day was. In this chorus of baby voices talking about some don't blame it on the sunshine. Yes. Y'all better sing to me. Okay, they're hilarious.
I
All the
love
different
that.
personalities, but
I
they are
love
so
it.
kind. They're so well behaved.
Good.
My aunt said they was playing me though because the littles had all their snacks and they was just shoving bags at me. And mom was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, this is a self-service household. They know how to open them chips. You got played." She was like, they looked at you and was like, "Oh, this TT is new here. We just gonna use her." And
Yeah,
I
let
was
me
like,
have her open this real quick. Yeah.
they was
Wow.
lined up just shoving chips at me. She was like, "Yeah, no, this is a self-service household. I don't do that." Um, so they definitely
That's good.
you I mean, you was blocking the lights, you might as well peek your head in.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
And just to be clear, podcast, she wasn't saying hi to y'all, she was saying hi to Jess specifically. Um, but yeah, the kids you would have
Yeah,
they all have
that sounds like a good time, man.
yeah, all their different personalities and just they play so well together. It's just so cool. And they're gonna have those memories forever. Like they're gonna have the memories of every summer we went to Granny's house. It's Granny's time, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, that's good.
So
Yeah, no, that's great.
um we also got to see Walter Mosley
Yes.
with Eric LaSalle. Sarah came down.
Gosh.
Is that the correct? Did Sarah come down or did Sarah come up?
She came up.
Okay, Sarah came up.
Mm-hmm.
So I also got to see Sarah.
Yeah.
Annotate for Sarah. Annotate with Sarah for people at the back of the church.
Mhm.
And they got to experience in person why my mother says that nobody should be able to sit next to me at any kind of event ever
Yeah,
because
we were just doing them. We were cracking jokes because it was just the thing that okay. It's my first time going to a talk with that specific bookstore. Most of the talks are with, Rep Club,
mhm,
Octavia's, or just other random bookstores.
mhm.
But I've never been to Malik Books talk. And I was cracking up because I love how authentic it is to blackness.
Listen, it was very much a good nigga time.
It
Like
was.
it was a good black time. And I feel like nowadays it's hard to find um that kind of blackness at
Yes.
events. Like it felt
Yes.
very nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
Um to like things that I would go to with my mom when I was little. Like it just in that sense, the way that they ran the event, the people that were hosting, it very much gave that.
Yes.
Um I felt like so last year I saw Walter Mosley and I didn't feel like the person that interviewed him was the correct person to do so.
Yeah.
Um she wasn't bad, but I don't think that she was necessarily prepared
Mm-hmm.
um to it was obvious that they have a relationship as like a mentor mentee type situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I don't think that she was kind of prepared to ask the type of questions that you should ask Walter Mosley in a setting
Yeah.
like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do think that Eric LaSalle was the correct person to interview him. I just don't think that Eric LaSalle knew exactly what Ghalen was about as a book.
I don't think so either.
I don't, yeah, no. I,
He kept using fascinating. And as a person that uses fascinating also, not all the time when I don't understand, because sometimes I really be like, that is fascinating. He was
right.
using fascinating in the context of like, I have no other words. So I'm going to use
Yeah.
fascinating or interesting, or those are the only two words that came out of his mouth. No shade to him. But I don't think and I also said pretty much what we talked about, what I showed you guys like privately and stuff like that. Like the quiet thing out loud about what the book actually is and how people might react to it. So I think he
Yeah.
was
So I think,
tiptoeing.
yeah, I think he was trying to tiptoe around the fact that this book is not a romance in the traditional sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which for me brings up the conversation of like, this is why it's important to listen to authors speak. I think
Mm-hmm.
we go based off of like judging a book by its cover, or blindly buying a book because of the genre, or not paying attention to the fact that it says on the cover like romance in black,
Black. Yeah. Yeah.
not black romance. Like
Mm-hmm.
those are very specific words, right? Or people seeing that people like authors like Tia Williams,
Mm-hmm.
or what's the lady that wrote okay, Shelby Charade.
Jasmyn Guillory or
No. The last book that she wrote, there was like a podcast
oh, Regina Black.
there you go.
Mm-hmm. August Lane. That was a good
Thank
one.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
like that
Come
one.
on,
Yeah.
you getting real good at this game, friend.
Yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah.
um like they blurbed it, but I
Mm-hmm.
think it's interesting that they blurbed it, right? Because they both don't just write traditional romances, right? Like
Yes.
Tia Williams always writes a romance that has like an other element to it, whether that's magical realism or ties to like Alice in the Wonderland or like
Yeah,
something
yeah.
fantastical, right? Regina Black is always playing with the style in which she writes it and adding these other types of elements to it, or having
Mm-hmm.
these other kinds of conversations, right? Where they're always kind of genre bending. Specifically Tia Williams, like her books could just be literary fiction, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like with Ghalen, a lot of people are reading it anticipating a romance when that's
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
that's not what it's marketed as.
And I think what's going to trip people up, because somebody messaged me saying, "Oh, I can't wait to read this." And I was like, she was like, "Yeah, this is going to be like my first Walter Mosley book." I was like, "Oh, no, no, no. I think you should
Don't
start. Don't start there. I don't think you should maybe start with, because I told her, I was like, Shelby may know a lot more, but
mm,
I said my first introduction was Devil in a Blue Dress, personally. And that was like, yeah, Devil in a Blue Dress. Why did I pause like I said the wrong title? I always get the titles mixed up. But yes, I think everybody more so should start with the Easy Rollins series, right?
right.
Um that's where you should get familiar with Walter Mosley. I know he does everything, from any genre you can think of, but I think if you're going to introduce yourself to Walter Mosley, maybe starting there versus jumping into his most recent things such as this, because just based off of what people are saying about the book that are not digesting that it literally is not necessarily a romance book, you might just be very disappointed. And I don't want that to be your first experience with him.
Right. Right.
And it turns you off and you're like, I'm never reading his work again, or like you just have this bad taste in your mouth for anything that he does. I think start somewhere else, get familiar, then come back. That's
Yeah,
my thought.
I think people are not. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday where they had an opinion on a book, and I just was like, I understand that literature is supposed to entertain us, right? But as I get deeper into this industry, as I talk to authors more, as I talk to editors more, as I talk to more people in publishing, it changes the way that I critique things, because it's making me realize that I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And there are so many moving pieces when it comes to what is being written that are beyond my perspective and my lived experience. And that at the end of the day, how I feel might just be a lack of knowledge. It might be a lack of information, right? And until I look those things up, until I ask certain questions, right? Who am I to say that the editing is bad? Who am I to say that something is trauma porn? Who am I to say that something is whatever else y'all could possibly say about Ghalen, right?
Yeah.
Because there's fact and then there is just your understanding of things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there's a difference. There are times, like, let's use me not really liking the author's forward in blood slaves, right? That's a matter of, I don't like his personal opinions
Yeah.
on the world, right? And I understand that his personal opinions on the world impact how the book is written. And I
Mm-hmm.
can't separate those two things,
Mm-hmm.
right? I
Mm-hmm.
understand that other people can. I
But
can't
you
do that
can. Yeah.
because I see it for what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
For what he has said out of his mouth, it is,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not just based on how I feel. Whereas it feels like a lot of the time that people are taking how a book makes them feel or just what they understand of it and running with it. And that's not enough. Because the thing that you think might be missing from a book might be intentional per what the author was trying to do. The thing that you may want to be edited may be the author's voice or their tone or what makes them the author that they are. Like, there could be so many things about.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into books. And when you're talking to authors, when you're talking to industry professionals, you start to understand like it's never what we necessarily think it is. It's a lot more that goes into it. And we have to account like when we approach books, I think we have the privilege of thinking about all these things, of talking and being around certain people and
Mm-hmm.
then reading it and being taking this into account and taking it for what it is. But I don't think a lot of people, it's not I don't think, a lot of people just don't have that access to think this way openly on their own.
Right.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's like even working with, the author I work with, listening to her talk, we had a really great conversation and I understand why when it comes to marketing books, you really have to know where the author is headspace wise because things
Mm-hmm.
can change overnight. We also have to realize a lot of these authors are artists, like truly to the craft.
Right.
So what they're doing, they take very seriously and they do a lot of in depth. Like there's a process and a different process for each author and how they approach things. And it's very fascinating to be helping this specific author because I'm like, wow, like I never took into account certain things when I first started the process with her. And now I'm like, okay, this is interesting when it comes to marketing books because you really do have to sit, they have to make the work. You got to wait on them to make
Right.
the work. You got to
Right.
wait on them to go through whatever, come to Jesus moment they're going through, which is what she's going through right now. So things
Mm-hmm.
change, things switch up. It's such a very fascinating once you start to get into the world and start to see things for what it is, you really start to be like,
Right.
wow, it's really not.
Yeah. And it's just, so I think in general,
Mm-hmm.
and in the case of Walter Mosley and this book, I think instead of being so quick to blame an author, we need to go within first and we need to look at ourselves and understand that we possibly could be wrong sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay, right? We can be
Yeah.
wrong. Our perspective could be a little warped.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Based on our own
and it's not
experiences.
right based on our own lived
Yeah,
experiences. Um, but yeah, that was a very good time. I
it
did go
was.
to Disney. That was fun.
That's
Dole
good.
Whip is everything that y'all said it was. My God, today that stuff was so damn good. My God, Dole
I
Whip
never
is
had it.
delicious.
Mm-mm.
Do you like pineapple?
Not the biggest pineapple person, so
Okay, so then,
it's
as
not.
somebody that's
It's touch
allergic.
and go. Yeah, it's very touch and go. For like, I don't like the tongue itching, and it just be a lot.
Oh well, the Dole
You
Whip
know.
is not gonna make you itch.
Yeah, but is me and pineapples are touch and go. I like certain pineapple flavors depending on how artificial or fresh it tastes. Like it's very weird.
Dole Whip is
Yeah.
good. I
Okay.
That's a good time. I That was a very good time. I got on some rides. My uncle lied and said that the Cars ride wasn't that bad, and it tossed me to and fro. But I had a good time.
That's good.
It was a very good time. It was a very, very, very good time. I'm glad we got to go. Um, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I did come home to some book mail, which is gonna lead me to our praise for this week. I wanted to do praise for Chinaza Bado. Now, you guys have heard me talk about um Birth of a Dynasty, which was one of my favorite books last year. And when I came home, I had a bunch of book mail, one of which being the arc for the second book in that series, which is called The Call of Crowns. Super, super excited. But it made me realize that a lot of people don't know who Chinaza Bado is. She is a Canadian Canadian Nigerian author, and this is her second fantasy book, but she does have a pen name that is JJ McAvoy, which I think a lot of you guys have heard of before, especially if y'all have been following me for a while, because I read, excuse me, all of the books in that particular series. So under JJ McAvoy, she has a ton of romance books. Um Aphrodite and the Duke is
Yeah,
a
that one.
Regency series. Um it's Aphrodite and the Duke, Verity and the
Forbidden
Forbidden
Suitor.
Suitor, and there's another one.
Arthur and the Prince.
Yeah. And I just think it's cool that she is well written across very, very different genres. Like, they're two different stories, two different, like, the Birth of a Dynasty is a very much epic fantasy. It feels like Game of Thrones. There's a lot going on, but the pacing in both her romance and fantasy is the same. Her skill level is the same, dare I say even better. Like, you can see the progress. So I just felt like I needed to, like, give her tens, because
Mm-hmm.
I know once I do sit down with The Call of Crowns, I'm probably going to sit and read it in one sitting, which is why I have not brought it up. I haven't picked it up yet for real, because I don't want to do that to myself just yet.
Because you're not
Because
gonna
I
be
know
able
I'm
to
going to
read
have a time.
anything
I'm not going to be able to read
after
anything
that.
else.
Yeah.
I am listening to, which we can move forward and talk about
Mm-hmm.
anything that you're reading. I am listening to a fantasy right now called Dragon Blind, and they is turning me every way but loose. So, but I also have to
Oh
read
yes.
um Big Girl Blitz
But your
this
book club
weekend.
too. I gotta read too. I gotta read. What's our book club? Pick? The Bone People.
What is your book club pick? The Bone People?
Yeah, by Carrie Home.
What's that about?
She's
Well, you don't
a.
know.
I just know it's definitely genre. You know, like I be reading the description of things, and it's just, woo, it's gone. I pick with intention, guys. I promise. It's a lot of books going on. I'm already a Q4, so when I picked it, it was Q1 when I picked this book. This is based in New Zealand. The author is half Maori. I hope I'm saying the correct indigenous name of New Zealand people. And
Okay.
half white. And the characters are also similar. It's kind of like in a sense, like what I'm getting from looking up the author and looking into the book as well is kind of like a semi biographic type of book, because they're also asexual, and I think one of the
Okay.
characters in the book is asexual.
Okay.
It has a little bit of like romance. It has a little bit of this type of situation. So I'll come back and let y'all know about the book next week when I
And you
actually
said
read
it's
it.
called
The
The
Bone People.
Bone People.
hmm And currently reading Bloodfire Baby.
Well, how's that going?
I like it so far. Um, there's a lot of backstory going on right now
Okay.
before we get to the horror situation. So
Okay.
it's actually so the author is Jamaican. It has a
Mm-hmm.
bit of having a little bit of maroon heritage, like historical facts about that, because when I read her note, she went to Maroon Town in Jamaica, the Akampong, and she stayed there and got a lot of the indigenous practices and put it in this book as well. That's what I'm
Mm.
picking up. So it's flips between like obviously the present day and then goes back to Maroon Town pretty much and
Okay.
talking about those practices. So I am trying to figure out the connections here. I like
Okay.
the conversation about motherhood. There's a real conversation. It's not a glitz and glam type of situation. It's
Mm-hmm.
more so like I'm left alone. My partner left me.
Mm.
He's a movie producer. He's off doing his own thing. I'm left with the baby. I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting frustrated. Those type of conversations,
Okay.
internal conversations that is happening. So I
Okay.
want to see where does it spiral. I got a good chunk of the way on the plane. So I am interested to see where she takes the book. The writing, personally, I like it. I know a lot of people. Somebody commented, "I'm interested to hear your thoughts because I thought it was interesting." So when somebody says that, I'm curious to say what they mean by interesting.
Right, because interesting, I feel like sometimes be meaning they feel like it wasn't good.
hmm So I want to know why. I can probably see why, maybe because there is a long stretch. There's a lot of backstory for the first 100 pages of understanding the backstory behind the mother and the relationship and her relationship with her mother and her brother and those type of things.
Yeah. Why?
That's your mom.
And then gonna say you recorded and then just gonna walk away like that's not gonna interrupt the record. I don't understand. But okay, I have that. They sent it to me.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in here.
I think I think people, what I'm noticing is, and I can also attest to this at times, when there's a long build up, it
Hmm.
can feel boring, but I feel like the build up is very necessary to, oh, especially to a horror story.
But yeah.
So I'm sticking with it. What else? The Bone People, that, and I brought Leave Your Mess at Home. And then I have some other books downloaded on my Kindle to read while I'm here. And that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all oh, listening. What am I listening to? Mainline Mama. Listening to that.
How's that going so far?
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
I got back Moonrise over Jessip, so I'm going to finish that. I don't think I mentioned that on the pod, but I was listening to Moonrise over Jessip by Jamila Minix. I can see why maybe people weren't like necessarily interested in the story or got kind of bored because the pacing is off, but the storyline is good. So I'm trying to like stick it out and see what happens because I enjoy the storyline, but the pacing is definitely off. Not in like too slow, but it's like super fast. Like, how did we get here at some points? Like, that's
Hmm. Okay.
how I interpret it while I'm listening to it. But so
Mm-hmm.
far, the listen is good. The storyline is interesting. And yeah, it's not so far a terrible book. Every time the book comes up, a lot of people, I know you said you started it and stopped. Somebody else in book club said, "Oh, I have that book, but I forgot to read it." I saw another person say it, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious to see where the disconnect is. But so far, the disconnect for me is the pacing. And yeah, that's all I'm reading right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I only have one book going. I want to finish The Great Wherever.
Yeah.
there are a couple of different things that I've like started, but I just am like in a weird reading
It's
mood. So,
yeah, it's a very weird time as well. That's why I'm trying to stick out Bloodfire Baby, not because it's a bad book, just because
mm,
I don't want to switch up on another book. I want to just stick with one, finish it, see how I feel, and keep
right,
going from there. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And then I got a couple of things yesterday. So I got Angel Down. I also got Juneteenth by Ralph Ellison.
Let me see. Which one's that one? Oh, I've seen that one. That cover. Okay.
Um, because the synopsis I feel like sounded similar to something else that I got, and I was like, I think I want to read them together.
Mm.
Uh, so I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure
what
if you
I.
heard my mom in the background. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Good. She's yelling about ice.
If somebody's here to get her stuff.
Yeah. She said,
Okay,
Chelsea, some of that ice should be in the shed. Mm.
that's hilarious. So Juneteenth, the story follows Adam Sumrader, a race-baiting senator whose life takes an unexpected turn when he calls for Alonzo Hickman, a old black minister, to be by his side as he faces a mortal wound. As the two men intimately share their stories and memories, the true shape and substance of the past begin to emerge. Here is Ellison, a virtue. I don't know how to say that word. Hold the line. Okay, I know. I need a pronunciation. Virtuoso.
Mm.
Okay,
Shout out
a
to Google.
virtuoso of American vernacular that preaches hyperbole and politicians' rhetoric, the rhythms of jazz and gospel, and ordinary speech at the height of his powers, telling a moving and evocative tale of a prodigal of the 20th century. Okay, right. But then I got okay, so maybe I'm thinking of a different book.
That one
I
too.
got this. This
Hmm. Yeah. It looks so interesting.
so this one says when baby appears. Oh, for the people at the back of the church that's not watching the YouTube or the Spotify video, what I held up is Rabbit Fox Tar, which I think is gonna be what I start next. There's no audiobook for it. Yeah, if you would like to Google, you can because I searched and
I wanted to immersive read that one because it looked really like
me too, and there isn't one.
one that would be good for immersive read. And I was like, I want to start this now because of like when I read the synopsis when they sent it, I was like, I this sound good. Yeah.
So yeah, it says when baby appears in Original Hill, her name is on everyone's lips. A young black woman is a rare sight in this part of town, and she sits all day on the Fox's garden wall, swinging her bare feet and speaking to no one. That is until the charismatic Lucius Lucky Foot comes along and touches her, sparking their romance. Arm in arm with Baby, who seems to exert a supernatural pull on the other residents, Lucky is confident he will secure the open city council seat over Baby's uncle, Eugene Fox, the back from retirement white incumbent. With protesters reopening old wounds around the black neighborhood that was leveled by the nearby highway decades ago, Lucky threatening his position, Fox believes it's not just a city council seat at stake, but the soul of Original Hill. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
and
I
then
like
like I
that.
wanted to know what his ethnicity is.
I think when I looked at what was the name again? Something just like that, I forgot.
PC Veron or Veron?
Rabbit Hawk. PC Catapult always has interesting authors, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last book I read, I could have sworn I was gonna be banished by them after I put out one of my reviews of the book that they had under their imprint. He looks mixed-ish.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he has to be mixed. Well, he doesn't have to, but he got the Black Creators Revisions Workshop
Okay.
winner. Graduated from Harvard, holds an MFA from Rutgers, University of Newark. He lives in Dallas, Texas with his husband
Yeah,
and
because
their
I was
dog.
like, do he tan
Yeah.
in the sun?
But yeah, I think when I looked it up, I was like, I think this is definitely, yeah. He's mixed. And he has Kiowa, an Italian heritage. Yeah.
Okay.
What is Kiowa? Kiowa. Oh, Native American. Ah. Or indigenous, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, he's mixed up. Well, that makes sense. He's a
Well,
playwright.
guys,
Yeah.
that I saw that he's a playwright. Well, yeah. Do you want to talk to the people about Love Island?
Well, yeah, Love Island came on last night. Very
Okay.
interesting. The people was in my mentions ripping me to shreds. I muted the thread because I don't care. Because I said that the girls didn't have any braids on a show that has you pouring milk and water and food and all the things in your head, and you come on the show with the leave out. I'm not hating on the leave out. I'm just hating on the fact that I hope you know how to maintain the leave out so it doesn't frizz. Plus the humidity and the heat. I was just saying. But people was like, you dictating what black women do with hair. No, I'm not. I'm just stating the obvious. Not a braid in sight. Anyways, these young kids, they love to kiss. I think I'm growing out of it as well. They are freaked out. They are kissing. They are kissing like never before. They are already talking about sex during the games. I said, wow, what about your favorite color? What about those things? It should be interesting, but I will say this group of people are pretty, I feel like they're pretty normal. They have a disabled girl on there. She's a Paralympian, two-time bronze medal. Shout out to her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they have they were ripping this girl because she quit her job to join Love Island, but she was working at Ace Hardware, and she's 22. Like
Oh yeah, it's not like
she,
she stopped being a lawyer or something. To
yeah, like she has a better chance of like working. Because I thought it too. I was like, you quit your job for Love Island, but then I was like, when she said, "Oh yeah, I'm 22," I was working at like Ace Hardware, like a hardware shop. I was like, huh,
oh yeah, that's not
you got
crazy.
this, whatever. They got a 29-year-old and the 22-year-old that I was just talking about. She started talking to him, and she was looking at him like he was ancient. But I will say, like a 29 and a 22-year-old,
That is a very large age gap in
yeah,
like what you're doing. It should be. It
yeah,
shoed be. But the fact that they
yeah.
are both on Love Island,
And he's also quite average looking. He's a white boy. um,
and he made the cut, you know they age like white bread now.
yeah.
Bananas.
She was like, oh, you look good for your age. I said, yeah. And then this
And you know,
black
and this
boy,
is why I used to judge you because Jess used to sit in my face and be like, I'm not reading urban fiction, but we'll sit up here and watch reality TV like it's not the same thing.
yeah, no, literally, it's the same thing. I'm a new person, guys. You grow. You really do grow. Like I am an example of like you really do grow. Grow, guys. But yeah, what else?
That's the name of the episode. Grow,
Grow.
guys.
Who else? This one, the last shocker of the night. This this black boy. They were playing the game of like basically the one I was telling you about, like the sex, and then they
Mm-hmm.
transitioned. Like the first question was like, stand behind the door that of like your favorite sex position. I was like, why is this the first question? Then they're like, stand behind the door of like your favorite hobby or like thing, like if you're a pet person, a pet plant, or I forgot what the other one was. Stand behind that door. And homie stands behind the plant door. Everybody else was behind the other doors. And so when he opens the door, no one's behind the door. No girl, no nothing. No girl was behind that door. And he was just standing there looking so sad. So I'm like, dang, like they really don't, cause like the whole objective is like once you open the door, you start kissing with that person. Whatever. So then after that, fast forward, they're picking people that they want to be with. So all the girls stand behind the boys' doors, and then the boys would open the door. The girls go to, first of all, I was surprised that the skinny white girl, not, I shouldn't say skinny white girl, not white girl, the black girl, the slender black girl, she's the one with the leave out, she stands behind the door of the white boy that was 29. I was kind of surprised about that at first. But I was like, okay, maybe that's like her thing, whatever. Then the other one's pair, then they get to this boy, the one that already opened the door empty, nobody behind that door. He goes to open the door, no one behind the door. Mind you, it's even numbers, so there's not like off numbers. There's two girls standing behind the door for another guy. He got nobody. He for sure, and I also for sure thought somebody was gonna see. I thought it was gonna be one of the other girls, one of the other black girls. I for sure thought a girl was gonna stand there because he's not an ugly kid. He's cute. He's just like there, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody there. He was like, I was like, I felt bad for him at first because I'm like, dang, like there's nobody there. So then we get to the the two girls that stand behind the other boy. I already knew that that boy was gonna pick, unfortunately, the lighter skinned girl.
Okay.
It felt like he was feeling the other girl anyways. And so this other black girl, she ends up with the boy that didn't have anybody there, and they kind of hit it off. We'll see where that goes, but I like this season so far. The first episode was 2 hours. It was getting kind of late, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty decent.
So it comes on every day, right?
Every day except.
Okay. Dang. Okay. Well, good luck with that. Well, I'm ready to go because I have a pimple in the weirdest spot up here that hurts. So I'm gonna go put a pimple patch on that, and hopefully it's gone by today. I'm supposed to be going to a book thing later, but I'm tired. Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna make it tonight, but I really want to go to the one tomorrow because it's with the author of On Morrison. So tomorrow I want to go. Tonight, because I definitely ain't recording enough today. So, but we will see y'all next week. If you would like book recommendations, want to be a guest on the podcast, have any questions for us that are book related or life related, you can email us at theleagueofreaderspod@gmail.com, and you can follow us or chat with us on IG and Threads at The League of Readers.